7 exercises that take the place of every other workout. The idea that longer and more diverse workouts result in higher muscle growth is still widely held. The reality is that stacking sets after sets isn't always the most effective strategy, particularly for naturals. That is, those who don't take questionable chemicals that, in reality, may even cover up a bad exercise. You must comprehend one basic idea if you want to achieve noticeable improvements without constantly being in the gym. It's possible to have less. Why not concentrate on workouts that have been shown to be comprehensive and that engage several muscle groups in a coordinated manner rather than wasting energy on an infinite number of movements? These are exercises that, when performed alone, may compensate for the labor of many others, making workouts more efficient and producing noticeable results. The reasoning behind the emphasis on the strength of compound motions by renowned trainers and great athletes is straightforward. The stress becomes global, the body functions in unison, and hypertrophy happens more uniformly when many muscles are used simultaneously. Furthermore, this kind of activity frequently produces very positive hormonal reactions. For this reason, there are 7 exercises in this video that are ideal for this idea. Movements that can take the place of a whole menu of more specialized exercises on their own. Keep reading through to the finish because we'll explain how to do them precisely, offer advice on how to make them more intense, and, of course, highlight the faults you should avoid. Please include your name, age, and the city you are speaking from in the comment section before we start so that we may better customize the material for you. Exercise 7, parallel bars. I met a seasoned athlete a few years ago who, in spite of his advanced age, could easily sustain his body weight on the parallel bars. He used to claim that he lacked access to advanced equipment when he was younger. Therefore, his workout for his shoulders, triceps, and chest was essentially limited to moving up and down on the 2 bars he had at the park next to his home. His pushing strength was developed by this straightforward exercise, which eventually became a staple in the training regimens of many of the top athletes he coached. The reason the parallel bars are so amazing is because they train the triceps, shoulders, and chest, especially the lower and middle parts, in a synergistic manner. This exercise creates a compound load and encourages a more consistent and functional growth than certain devices that isolate just a section of the chest or triceps. Additionally, because the body must be stabilized during the descent and ascent, it creates a range of motion that greatly extends the chest and triceps, which activates the core. You experience that stretch as you go down, and you get stronger when you go up. By the way, this helps with shoulder workouts, push-ups, and bench presses. The parallel bars are simple to intensify and also aid in thickening the back of the arm. If you already know how to do it, just hold a dumbbell between your knees or use a weight belt to add more weight. In order to balance the body and prevent excessive swaying, it is crucial to maintain a hard core by clenching the abdomen. However, because an excessively broad angle might put stress on the tendons, care must be given to avoid descending too far and hurting the shoulders. Additionally, letting go of the torso or leaning the back too much might endanger the lower back and take attention away from the chest. Another frequent error is moving excessively rapidly and uncontrollably, which reduces the movement's efficacy and raises the possibility of damage. Exercise 6, deadlift. It's no surprise that the deadlift is frequently regarded as one of the most comprehensive workouts available. Legs, glutes, lower back, full back, trapezius, forearms, and even the core must all be used for stability. It is essentially a single movement that works the entire body. And for that reason, a lot of experts put it at the core of the regimen for those who want general strength and a strong base. Because it is a heavy compound movement, it is an exercise that simultaneously activates a huge number of muscles and increases the production of growth hormone and testosterone. Apart from strengthening legs, it also improves trunk stability and lower back strength, hence preventing common back problems. Position yourself in front of the bar with the bar at your shins and your feet hip-width apart to execute the deadlift properly. Hold it with your hands slightly apart. Keep your spine neutral and look straight ahead or slightly down without hunching over. Contract your abdomen, raise your chest a little, and bend your legs till you can grip the bar. Then begin the exercise by simultaneously extending your hips and knees, raising the bar near your torso, and rising up while maintaining an upright spine and tightening your glutes. After that, carefully lower the bar. By lifting explosively and descending more slowly, you may change up your grip and manage the pace to make the workout more intense. The biggest warning here is to avoid rounding your back, as it is the main danger of the exercise. Raising the hips before the torso is also crucial, since doing so shifts nearly all of the weight to the lower back and causes the bar to jolt unstably off the ground. Exercise 5. Military press. The military press, which is often done standing or sitting with a barbell, is a traditional exercise for strengthening the shoulders and upper body. In addition to needing a high degree of core stability to maintain the proper position, it mainly trains the triceps, anterior, and medial deltoids. Because it repeatedly tests the stability of the lower back and abdomen, this exercise is great for developing strong, delineated shoulders and for improving posture. Strength transfer to other motions is also important. Strong shoulders are beneficial for pull-ups, parallel bars, and bench presses. Hold the bar at breast level with your hands facing front. Place your feet shoulder-width apart, contract your abdominal, stabilize your lower back, and maintain an open chest to perform the exercise. After pushing the weight aloft until your elbows are almost completely extended without putting undue pressure on your joints, carefully drop it back to shoulder line or chest level. If you want more joint mobility and to rectify imbalances, you may also do the press with dumbbells. Overarching the spine is the primary mistake to avoid, as it puts too much strain on the lower back and can lead to ailments. Additionally, it's crucial to avoid cheating by performing the exercise with your legs like a push press, if the goal is really urgent. Additionally, you run the danger of developing lower back or shoulder pain if you choose a weight that is too heavy before you have mastered the technique. When performed properly, the military press guarantees a significant increase in scapular belt strength while replacing many isolated shoulder lifts. Please remember to subscribe to the channel before we move on to exercise 4. This is because in an era where many people are using the internet to promote false information in exchange for money, having consistent access to accurate, scientifically based information is what will help you advance in the bodybuilding industry over the long run. Exercise 4. Incline dumbbell bench press. During my training sessions with a friend, You maintained that the barbell bench press was the cornerstone of all chest exercises. In a discussion with a physical therapist one day following a minor shoulder injury, he learned that the inclined dumbbell bench press may be even more advantageous and safer, specifically because it provides more mobility and less strain on the joints. He never experienced shoulder trouble again after that, and it became the main exercise in his chest regimen. For people who want to increase the size of their upper chest and strengthen their anterior deltoids without putting their joints at too much risk, this variant is a wise choice. Because each dumbbell travels separately and you may position your arms to suit your body type, it offers the benefit of enabling a wider range of motion. Additionally, it improves scapular stability by correcting asymmetries since each side functions independently. Simply set the bench to an angle of between 30 and 45 degrees to do the incline dumbbell bench press. Place the dumbbells on your thighs while you sit, then raise them to chest height with your hands facing forward while you lie back. After pushing the dumbbells upward, extend your arms without locking your elbows, and then lower them carefully until you feel your chest. If you want to make the exercise more intense, you can count a few seconds during the eccentric phase to increase the mechanical tension, or you can make a brief isometric pause at the end of the descent. It's advisable to exercise caution while using an excessive slope, though, since this might strain the shoulders, and to avoid selecting dumbbells that are too heavy before having enough stability to maintain the scapulae firmly on the bench. Additionally, the exercise's wider range of motion than the barbell bench press promotes muscular growth and lowers the risk of injury, making it a highly efficient alternative to conventional exercises that just target the chest. Exercise 3. Pull-up. Since most individuals claim they can't even get off the ground when presented with this activity, it's intriguing to discuss. The truth is that you may build strength gradually until you can complete your first repetitions without assistance if you prepare ahead and use resistance bands to relieve some of your body weight. The change will be amazing. A broad back, well-defined arms, and remarkable self-assurance. Pull-ups substantially activate the biceps and forearms while working a considerable portion of the back, particularly the latissimus dorsi. To execute the exercise, hang from a bar with your palms facing front and your hands shoulder-width apart or slightly wider. Focus on squeezing your lats as you draw yourself up until your chin exceeds the height of the bar, contracting your belly to prevent wobbling. Then, to feel the stretch in your back, carefully lower yourself until your arms are nearly completely extended. Remember to retract your scapulae before raising yourself back up. You may use a belt or vest to add more weight if you want to make the activity more intense. A version that highlights the biceps more is the chin-up position with your hands facing you. If the objective is pure hypertrophy, it is crucial to prevent excessive leg momentum, as in the CrossFit kipping approach, and to avoid throwing your head back or failing to completely extend your arms on the descent, since these actions might lead to imbalance. As previously said, if you're unable to bear your own weight, you may begin by using resistance bands fastened to the bar in your feet or knees. You can also do negative repetitions by regulating the descent and utilizing a bench or partner for support during the ascent. The goal is to increase your strength gradually until you can perform a full repeat. Unbelievably, pull-ups are the purest back workout there is, and with time, You will discover that this exercise is a fantastic substitute for a number of back isolating equipment. Exercise 2, barbell biceps curl. Many people think of many curl variants for the arms, each of which isolates a different area of the biceps. However, the barbell curl is a highly efficient way to build strength and volume without causing too much trouble. It is easy to do and consistently engages the brachii and brachialis biceps. The forearms are also used to support the hold. This exercise encourages an intriguing increase in wrist and forearm strength and permits a steady load development by simply adding weights to the bar as you advance. Hold the bar with your palms facing up and your hands shoulder-width apart while standing erect with your feet hip-width apart. Raise the bar to chest height while fully tightening your biceps, keeping your elbows close to your body. Next, steadily lower it while maintaining control and avoiding body wobble. Techniques like the 21 curl, which entails performing 7 lower half repetitions, 7 upper half repetitions, and 7 complete repeats, can be used to increase the intensity of the workout, or just go into the eccentric phase with a slower pace. Avoiding cheating by swinging the torso is crucial since it detracts from the biceps and increases the risk of injury. Additionally, you should avoid raising your elbows too much since this can transfer the strain to your shoulder. Furthermore, prematurely adding too much weight results in unsafe or insufficient execution. Exercise 1, free squat. One strength instructor I worked with over my training career was constantly responding with a free squat. When someone inquired about the identity of the king of exercises, with the right training, he described, those who could hardly balance with an empty bar became genuine machines, acquiring powerful muscles and significantly improving their posture. The free squat is actually a ritual that requires dedication to one's own body and goes beyond simply being a leg workout. Squatting works the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves. It also demands a lot of the core to maintain the spine's neutral position and support the lower back. It is a basic compound exercise that may greatly increase leg strength and muscle volume. Because it works big muscle groups, it also has the added benefit of raising testosterone and growth hormone production. To properly do the squat, place the bar on your trapezius instead of your nape, keeping your toes slightly turned outward and your feet shoulder-width apart. And then lower yourself until your thighs are at least parallel to the floor while maintaining proper torso posture by bending your knees and hips as though you were seated in a chair. As you rise, stretch your hips and knees at the same time to execute the exercise explosively. Some athletes like to add a break at the lowest point to increase the intensity of the workout and sustain stress for a longer amount of time. Once you have mastered the technique, you might want to use knee sleeves or a belt if you want to squat with really heavy loads. Allowing the knees to collapse inward, leaning the body excessively and overloading the lower back, or attempting to increase the weight too rapidly without refining the technique are the 3 most harmful errors. Focus and proper execution of the king of exercises will provide strength, volume, and the added benefit of hormonal stimulation that promotes muscular growth overall, making it sufficient to replace many leg and glute machines. One final note now. In order to succeed in the gym, you must perform the right exercises with proper technique. But that isn't the only thing that counts when it comes to developing a good body. God bless you, my buddy, and thank you for watching this far.